Good morning. Welcome, everybody. Today is Friday, March 29th. For those of you joining live, I appreciate you hopping on today. And for those of you watching the replay, thank you for watching as well. If you are celebrating Easter this weekend, I appreciate you taking some time out to pop on and say hello. If when people hop on, I'd like you to just say a little hello, type a little comment. You can say where you're from. It's always fun to see where everybody is joining in from. So don't forget to just pop on and say a little hello. All right. Okay. So yeah, the weather is turning nice. We're getting some flowers popping up, trees blooming. I hope it's turning nice where you are as well. Good morning, Jamie from Kansas. I've never been to Kansas. I'll have to get there one of these days. Yeah, thank you for hopping on. Appreciate that. So, like I said, well, thank you for taking time out of your weekend, and I appreciate you joining in today. All right. Today's going to be just a little bit different. I am going to do a card with you, but I'm going to show you a lot of the swaps all the swaps that I got from when I went to OnStage in Houston. OnStage is the yearly Stampin' Up! Convention that demonstrators can go to, all demonstrators can go to, and it's just like a lot of fun. It's just so much fun just joining in with 2,000 other wild and crazy stampers. Or at least there were 2,000 in Houston, thereabouts. Anyway, okay, there were two other conventions worldwide too, one in Australia and the other, I forget where it was, in Europe. But just imagine how it is when you get together with 2 or 3 of your own stamping friends. Well, multiply that by thousands, and it's just lots of fun. Plus, you've got Stampin' Up! You've got either Shelley Gardner, the co-founder, or the CEO, Sarah Douglas, joining you and talking to you. You have demonstrators showing off new products. You have tons of people swapping cards and ideas. You get together. You have breakout rooms. You discuss some business things. You just discuss fun stuff. And you just get to hang out with some new friends and make new friends. Tons of people to meet. And it's just so much fun. Okay. Kansas flatter than pancake. Okay, that's so funny. It curves so pink. All right, it's flatter. Oh my gosh. Okay. I get it. Yeah, because a pancake has a little bit of a hump in the middle sometimes, right? Oh, that's really funny, Jamie. Good morning, Kay and Tina. Oh, nice to see you guys. Virginia, Bonnie. Wow, we got some nice new names and a few repeat names. Wonderful. I see a lot of people joining in from YouTube and Facebook. I'm so happy I can stream both at the same time now. So people who are not on Facebook, I get it. You get to watch on YouTube. And then I don't have to repost to YouTube. It's already there. Excellent. So yeah, I hope you're having a great morning. Hi, Patty, one of my downline members. Yep. So it's funny. Let me get my other view here. All right. So this view here of my coffee cup reminds me of the new Latte Love online exclusive set. That's a big rage now. Has anybody seen that one? Have you seen projects with the Latte Love? There's coffee makers, there are coffee cups. You have the top of the coffee and the swirls in there. This is just regular coffee. It's no special latte or anything. But so I always thought it was cute, but I didn't get it initially. But then so many people are using it. And my good friend Deborah was like, oh, I just love this one. I just can't help myself. I said, okay, I'm going to get it. So it's supposed to come tomorrow. So we'll see. And I'll start playing around with that one. It's a whole suite of products. It's got some nice ribbon. I did get the ribbon. Oh, okay, so this is the ribbon with the sort of the burlap look and the polka dots on. It's really cute. And there are some nice embellishments as well. Well, let's see. Oh, here they are. kind of petal pink and brown. I should get it open so you can see the brown. There you go. And it's got little swirls in there. I don't know if you could see that, but some nice little swirls in there, like the swirls of the coffee, the cream. So those are really cute. And my stamp set and dies are coming tomorrow. Yay! So excited to see that. Okay, here's the front of the new catalog. I can't show you the inside. I talked about things in the new catalog yesterday and a few days before. So 2 previous posts. If you're interested in hearing about some of the new in colors, the papers, that was my first post on the unboxing video. And then the other day, I just did the stamp sets and dies and some other embellishments and talked about sweets and talked about a few things that are in the catalog. All right, so if you have any questions, email me. Today, by the end of the day, tonight, I am going to finalize my mailing list for Stampin' Up! To send catalogs out to my customers or to people who request them. So if you are interested, if you don't already have a demonstrator, I'm happy to be yours and happy to help you out. If you're already a customer, you're already on my list, okay? If you need a demonstrator, I'm here for you. Let me know if you want a catalog by tonight, and I can add you to my list. Stampin' Up! Will mail it to you directly, so you'll get it sooner than if I were to order them and then resend them. Also, it's a little bit cheaper for me. It's a lot cheaper for me for Stampin' Up! To send directly. So message me your full name, address, and phone number right here on Facebook, or you can email me from YouTube. That's fine too. Okay, so we're not going to talk about the new catalog today, except for maybe a little reference here and there, but mostly we're going to talk about the swaps that I got. When we go to these conventions, you're not required to bring cards to swap, but it's always so fun. So you make as many as you want, 1, 2, 100, whatever. However many you want to make and you want to swap and you want to bring back. So, so a lot of people make a lot of the same card, or maybe they'll have 2 varieties to choose from. And then you just, when you're mingling around with the whole crew, you just look at people who have cards in their hands and say, are you swapping? Are you swapping? Oh, yes. Oh, I love your card. And it's just like a frenzy. This is really crazy. It's fun. So I made 50. I made 25 of one and 25 of another, so people would have a choice. Also, the first one I made was a little bit more intricate, so I said, I'm going to make my second one a little easier just so I can whip up 25 more. So I'm going to show you those at the end. And so the cards I'm going to show you are not new catalog because we weren't able to get our products for the new catalog yet. So they're all current from either the mini catalog or the annual catalog. Okay. Oh, Karen, thank you. You are on my list, lady. Not you are right there. So yeah, and Elizabeth's on my team. So Patty's on my team. Anybody who's a demonstrator is getting their catalog now. A couple of my team members have already gotten their catalog. I didn't get mine sent to me yet, but I did get mine at OnStage. So I will be getting one sent to me as well. So I'll have 2. I like to keep one downstairs by my computer, and I like to keep one up here in my craft room. Okay, and then I mark them all up, what I have, and that way I don't double order things, and I can kind of keep better track. Sometimes you order a bunch of things and you forget, was that on your wish list or did you actually order it, right? So I just put a little L next to the things that I have, and that way it's a quick, easy reference. Okay, cheers. I hope you're having some nice beverage as you're watching along today. Okay, so I'm going to put this behind me because I don't want to knock anything over. Okay, I often have a covered mug if I'm drinking something anywhere near my crafting. So I am going to, hold on while I dip down and get my box here. Okay, so a lot of stuff over here. hope everything doesn't go toppling. All right. First of all, a couple things from Stampin' Up. I think I showed everybody that I got a nice backpack. We got a nice journal book. Let me try to grab that out here. Okay, nice, like a faux leather. And everything at any of the event, they put some little kind of theme designs on it. This was just different shapes. Okay, nothing specific, some U shapes and plus X's, zigzags, things like that. As part of, I got this extra gift because of my title, Silver Elite. So anybody that was Silver Elite and above got this extra little zipper bag, which is really cute. I at first wasn't understanding, why is this soft down here and this kind of vinyl leathery feel up here? And somebody told me, well, this is what you do. If you have pens or something in there, we got some pens in our backpacks and the new, well, some things that are close to the in colors anyway. If you have your tools or your pens in there, then you could pull these little tabs down and it acts like a little holder so that you can just take out what you need, put it back in. Then when you want to close it up, it will expand back up again and you zip it closed. So isn't that a cute little gift there, right? Somebody said that some other companies have made similar things. We also got a color wheel. In the catalog is a picture of this wheel. And it encourages you to try new color combinations. So the whole idea of the color wheel is to see the colors in the rainbow order. Okay, they're not in the family order. They're in the rainbow order. And they are encouraging you to think of different color combinations. So let me just switch my view over so that you can see this bigger. Okay, so we have complementary colors, triadic combinations, monochromatic themes, complementary, analogous. All right, so maybe the easiest thing to do is sort of a monochromatic. Take a color and then go with different shades of that same color. So there's a little window here that says monochromatic, and you could turn that around and find things that are within the same shading or tints and kind of work with those. It says the names on the side. So you know which Stampin' Up! Colors to go to. Then maybe you want to do complementary, taking things that are on the opposite side of the color wheel. So maybe you might want to try Berry Burst. Like there's little windows here. They both say complementary. Maybe you can pick something that's, say, Berry Burst and Granny Apple Green. And those two might work well together. Or Blackberry Bliss and Lemon Lime Twist. Right, so it gives you different ideas for creating color combinations. Then there is analogous, which is a bigger window. So maybe choosing two colors that are within the same section of the color wheel, but maybe more different than just another shade. So maybe going from shaded spruce to pool party might be a nice, or balmy blue could work. So it just gives you ideas. And then triadic, tri meaning three sections of the wheel that are, I can't say totally opposite, but in the three thirds of the wheel. So maybe going this way, maybe we might want to try Coastal Cabana, Cherry Cobbler, and Daffodil Delight. All right, so just finding three in there that you might want to work with. So for people who need a little guidance or like a recipe, it's a good idea. I don't know if these actual physical wheels are going to be available or not to demonstrators and or customers, but there is a picture of it in the somewhere near the back of the catalog so that you can kind of get an idea. Okay. Oh, Lynn, you had a hard time? Well, okay, right here on Facebook, right here on my page. Okay, so hopefully you got that set for next time. All right, so that's some of my gifts from Stampin' Up. And then in addition to swaps, card swaps, everybody can just do card swaps until you run out. A lot of your friends or the people, maybe you just meet a new friend, or maybe it's somebody that you already know from previous conventions, or maybe it's people on your team that are going to convention together, going to OnStage. A lot of people bring what they call pillow gifts. Okay, little nice little things that are maybe a 3D project or some other kind of little gift. I'm going to share you some of the pillow gifts that I got. It might be as easy as a little bag of candy and this gal who I was so happy to see. She was a former upline long time ago. Not direct upline, but several levels up. And I haven't seen her in over 10 years. And I bumped into her almost literally after convention was over, and we were walking out of this convention center. So anyway, so Kathy gave me a little bag of candy and a holder for my glue. Okay, you might have seen those, holds your glue straight up. So you just stick that in there. So that was fun. She's, oh, here, I have this, take this. All right. Sometimes, you know, I got this from my friend Heather, just in a little baggie, and opens up little cardstock on there and a Post-it note in there. So a good thing to maybe keep in your purse. Fun little things that people give you. My good friend Deborah was handing these out to a lot of friends. This is that seed paper. Okay, so it's not, the paper's not Stampin' Up, but it has seeds planted right in it. You put that in the ground and you water it, and then some seeds will pop up. So just packaging it with a little bit of the perennial lavender paper. Okay, here she has North American Wildflower Seed Bed. Plant and water with 4 hours direct sunlight a day until something starts growing. So just a fun little thing, right? Just to, hey, you know, nice to see you here. Okay, and then she was sending these out to a lot of people, because that's an easy thing to make multiples of and doesn't cost a whole lot. Okay, to more of her team and her roomie, which is me. She gave this little baggie, has a cute little ruler, says Stampin' Friends are beyond measure, which they certainly are. And this little plastic container with a piece of chamois in there. It says my travel chamois. Some little goodies to eat and a beautiful pen inside there too. So those are some ideas of the pillow gifts. All right. Somebody made this cute little notebook, just a plain craft looking notebook, and then you embellish the front of it, just decorate the front of it, and that's a nice little thing. All right, put that together with my Post-it notes, and I'm like a walking stationery store. Got my pen, got that, got my ruler, I'm all good. Okay, somebody else has a swap, said, oh, they ran out of cards, but they gave me these beautiful bookmarks and tags. This one uses the cutest cow stamp set, and looks like she did it on a shrinky dink. And the cutest cow I just got yesterday too. I was waiting to see if it carried over to the new catalog, and it did, because I like to have things that are current so that I can share with you. And if the cutest cow wasn't going to carry over, I was going to pass on it. But you can see the cow body, you have them facing each way. You have one laying down. You have 3 different heads. So you can see she used this, and stamped that, colored it, and then shrunk it and put that on a little elastic, little bungee thing. Okay, and cutest cow has a punch that goes along with that stamp. Okay, it gets bundled. Okay, so moving on. Also, some people were giving out these cute little, just a little candy holders, just a little something that isn't hard to make. Just a piece of cardstock scored with a 1/2 inch for the bottom, so It can stand up or just have some dimension to be able to hold your little candies inside. Has 3 nuggets. So if you get hungry in the night or on the plane traveling or whatever, right? Another friend was very generous and gave us these that will hold your tools. Let's say you're working and you don't want to have everything just lying around here. You can stick your tools right in there. It stands up. I've seen, I think some people use this for makeup as makeup holders or whatever. You can stick your scissors in, right? And it kind of keeps them vertical out of your way. You have a little less of a footprint than all of this laying around or getting lost under things. So that was very, very nice. Also, a new friend made this beautiful holder, again with the cutest cows. Nice to coordinate your goodies with your stamp set, right? So this is called Milk Magic, cookies and cream, these little candies in there, and so adorable, right? So that's from Laura Roderick. Okay, I got to meet her this time, and we had some nice dinners and some fun times together. All right, and then another new friend I was just introduced to had this cute little bag with a matching tag. And these are a kit that Stampin' Up! Has that has 3 little frames with a plant motif inside that you can do as a home decor piece. She printed out, or got printed somehow, little skyscape of Houston, and she wrote Houston 2024. So it's a little memory of our on-stage experience together. Has a hanger. You can hang it up or stand it up. So that will go someplace around in my craft room. I love having cute little memories and of people and places and things that I've done with my stamping friends. All right, so those are the pillow gifts. Now on to the cards. Now I have 50 of them, so I'm going to go through, rather quickly, but I'll take a little time to discuss each one. Okay, so all right, first of all, day one at OnStage, you check in, you get your gifts, you get you register, you get to see some of the boards where people were recognized. You get to take your picture in front of the frames with the little things that you can hold, little signs and things that you can hold, get your picture taken with all your different friends. But then some people paid extra to do a crafting night on Thursday night. Now, I had to be at the airport in Baltimore at 5 a.m. So I was up at about 3:30. By Thursday night, I was pretty tired after traveling and being up early. So anyway, it was a lot of fun. There were a lot of people that had done that. That cost extra. We got a stamp set. I showed that in my other video, so you can check that out. So these are the cards that we made. There were instructions, and there were all the materials we needed. We got the stamp sets, the gems, and the in-color paper. And then they had some of the other things all the, on there for us to use, like the Stampin' Blends, the blending brushes, and whatever. They gave us instructions on 3 cards. So, I lost one of my gems here. All right, I'll have to add another one. So we made these 2 cards. All right, they were fun. Okay, again, they were not too complicated, which was good on a Thursday night, but it used the new in colors, which we were happy to see, and the stamp set that I had chosen. There were 3 to choose from, and I chose that one, Country Flowers, I believe it was called. Then there was a 3rd card, the last card. And I told some of my other friends about this story. I was, in looking at the brochure, the printout, I was like, that one isn't my favorite. I liked these better. I don't know if it's my tiredness or my mental state about not being thrilled with the layout of the card or the colors, whatever. So anyway, I start making the card, right? Kind of a disaster. We all have them, right? It's all kind of crazy. First, I scored the paper wrong. Okay, so like that. Then we had to stamp a background on the front of the paper, kind of like what we did over here, just using the stamp. You can use any stamp as your background, right, to create a background layer. So we did that actually on both cards, right, just to create a subtle background tone on tone. So again, we're doing this. And then, of course, there are my oopsies, right? Caught the edge. And this one wouldn't have been so bad, but these were right over there. And I thought, okay, well, whatever. I'll put the card together and it'll be my sample anyway. Not a big deal. So then we had to stamp the same leaves, but with the more milk can kind of looking thing. And by the end, the Stays On ink was a little sticky and wasn't working all that well with everybody sharing it. So I said, all right, what do? You turn it over. And well, now I didn't get a good image down below. So I said, all right, I think we're just going to call it a day here. But anyway, this is how the idea of the card was supposed to be. Kind of like this offset look, kind of like what this was, just as if the cards are just kind of laying there. And then this would have gotten colored in, kind of like that. And then we had a banner to go across here. And then, of course, some embellishments. So it was fine. But for me, there was a little too much white space here and not my favorite color combinations. But that's okay because you can still get some ideas from it. And so I said, you know what? I'm not even finishing this card. I was just like, all right, that's it. It's a sign. It's enough. 3 strikes, you're out. So anyway, there we go. All right. Hello, everybody else who's joined in. We have Joan and Joanne. Nice to see you all. Bonnie. Okay. Karen, the wheel, I don't know if you heard me before yet, but I don't know if the wheel will be available to customers or demonstrators. So we shall see. I haven't heard anything on that yet. All right. I've sort of organized my cards, my swaps, in a way that maybe makes some sense. We'll see. All right. So one of the simplest ways to stamp is just stamps, ink, and paper. Okay. So don't need die cuts, don't need embellishments, just your stamps, ink, and paper. And of course, one of my favorites is the daisy set. So this was just stamped very nice, simple sentiment on a espresso card base. Okay, so such a nice, easy way to create a card, and that was done by Athena Turk. Right, some people didn't put their names on the back. Another one, this one does use an embossing folder in the background here, but this one is the Tuscan, where you can create these scenes that look like Tuscany. You know, those tall evergreens, the sky, the landscape, the building. So you can create a lot of different kinds of scenes with that. I haven't used it yet, but I just thought that was a nice example of how to use that. It has that watercolor look to it. This was Joe Cooper. All right, so this one, again, mostly stamps and the butterfly. This has a couple embellishments, and it uses the designer paper, which is the 2022 to 24 in color patterns. Each new catalog, Stampin' Up! Will change the patterns and offer the 6x6 DSP in each of the color families, plus each of the in color collections. So you can see this one was from here, and there'll be a new pattern. I showed that in my other video, so go back and check on that. All right. Now these coming up are cards that feature the designer series paper. Don't need a whole lot. Add a sentiment. Maybe it's a special layout, but mostly it's the designer paper that's being featured. So here features the Countryside Inn, which, get this, it's being carried over to the new catalog. Imagine that. So I've never seen Stampin' Up! Do that. Usually they retire all the DSP and come out with new ones. So 4 patterns are actually going to be carried over to the new catalogs. And they are, I think I wrote it down over here. I have Post-it notes all over the place. Well, I know it's the countryside in, and it's the oxidized copper, and well, I'll get back to you on that. Okay, but this is being carried over, which is nice. So that's what they call a fractured card, or some people call it a shutter card, because it kind of reminds you of a camera shutter, how it sort of closes in on itself and then opens up again. So, that's always fun. Demonstrators have a chance to earn this same pattern paper in pink. In pink. I don't know if it'll be available to customers eventually, but in April, for any demonstrator who betters their sales from last year, will get the same exact design, but in pink tones instead of the blues. So that's going to be fun to try to get. All right, here's the daisy paper, the Fresh as a Daisy, it's called, and it just features that painted daisy look. And then just the corners are added to the card front, and your sentiment and a little stamp in the middle. All right, and that's from Martha Walsh. This one was from Lisa Fulford. Okay, sorry if I forget to say the names. This one features the designer paper as well. This is the Gone Fishing, or Let's Go Fishing. Gone Fishing is the stamp set, I believe. And this was just fussy cut from the paper, right? And you've got your background, and you've got your label. Okay, and you don't always think to do the vertical fold like that, but that's always fun. All right, when the Irresistible Blooms is featuring, again, just the designer paper. Actually, this is embossed in the background here, but your eye is drawn, no stamping, just drawn to, oh, maybe this is stamped. Okay, I'm sorry, this one might be stamped, but it looks just like the paper, right? So it's really, really pretty. And she put a small piece in the back there, and that's Janet Cartwright. Okay, I like to give people credit for their work here. The next few feature the Meandering Meadows Designer Series paper, which is on the online exclusives. And this is a nice little fold where it's a gate fold, but it's offset. Okay, not right in the middle. And your sentiment overlaps there, your banner. So you would obviously put a white piece in there for writing on, right? And that's from, I'm going to just show you the signature because I don't know what that says. I don't know if it's an M or an N, N-A-U-T, M-A-U-T, okay? But that's okay. I love it. And it has the little brass embellishments that are birds and dragonflies. Okay, kind of like the butterflies that we have, but it comes with two different kinds of birds and then the dragonflies as well. So again, this just stands on its own, right? Beautiful paper. Beautiful. Hi, Ava. Hi, Eileen. Nice to see everybody. Gail, hello. Oklahoma. Okay. Again, just a piece of that paper. This, I don't know. I like a clean and simple look. I like fancy cards too, but I'm just drawn to a classy look like this. I mean, how simple. Little piece of designer paper, which is probably just a third of your 6x6. Let me measure. Yep. 2 inches wide. And you make it as tall as you want. And you get 6 inches across, right? So you get 3 of those. Mat it on one thin, with a thin mat all around. Put your sentiment. This is raised-on dimensionals and just beautiful. So classy. Right, this is a similar idea, except it's a Z-fold. And now you have the whole piece of designer paper across. You have 3 panels of 2 inches, just cut, and you have the whole picture there. And I just think that's so gorgeous. All right, this was die cut from the set and the little bird put there. Isn't that beautiful? Love it. And this is Lemon Lolly that I just love, love, love. Unfortunately, it's back ordered, but it should be back in a couple of weeks. Another very popular paper was a Perennial Lavender. And again, just this whole piece for the background and a sentiment across. All right, this one didn't have a name on it. Oh, I should recognize the other people. The Z-fold was Kate Barr. Bahr. And this one was Bobby Hartzell. Okay. And then my roomie, my new best stamping friend, we met on the Norway trip. We roomed together in Las Vegas, and we roomed together in Houston. So this just slips out of here. You see that, again, the perennial lavender. She die cut this rounded rectangle. The die cuts are on top with that beautiful ribbon. This part slips out as a separate little card. And I thought it was very clever. The piece that she cut out here, she made into kind of like a little business card. Has her name, has what we always have to use the copyright Stampin' Up! Logo when we make our cards. And she has her QR code on the back. So that was a good use of the piece that she cut out. Of course, you can make another card with it, but in this case, we wanted to know who made the card. And that's the perennial lavender. I love those little pocket cards. Looks like with that little window in there. Love it, love it, love it. All right, moving on to cards that show off embossing. All right, that's how I categorize my next group here. So this is heat embossing, which we haven't seen a whole lot of lately, but I thought it was neat. This is one of Deborah's friends, Stacy Brown, that I met, one of her downline, and we hung out together. We did the Thursday night stamping together. So taking that daisy stamp that we saw on the other cards and just, okay, this is the filler of the daisy. You can also get in the stamp set is the outline. So Stacy took the outline of this and embossed it in silver on the blue. Oh, there we go. We can see it better there, right? And that was very pretty. I thought that was a neat idea. I didn't think about doing that. I'm thinking about this and the outline. And so I thought that, see, you get inspired by what other people have done. Or even if you just like a certain piece of the card that somebody has done, you can take that and put it on your own work. All right, now moving on to the zinnias, which is very popular. The suite is unavailable at the moment, but I believe some of the pieces are, and they're going to be back, the first or second week of April. All right, so this is, again, just stamping. Added some embellishments, but mostly stamping the big zinnias in as a background, and then the little ones in here. And look how she took a little blender pen and went around the flowers to create a little shadowing. It's a little light blue. Looks like either pool party maybe. And I'm not sure if you can see that clearly. I'm not sure if my camera does well when I get too close, but it gives a nice shadow effect. All right, it makes it way more interesting. And she uses the brass butterfly, some of my favorites. And the zinnia flowering zinnia paper, flowering zinnias. Okay, this is online exclusive. These are those nice bright colors. These nice bright zinnia patterns in here and some backgrounds. And that's the paper I did my card with. I'll show you that later. But how simple is that? Again, use one for a background, one for a focal point, put your sentiment, a little ribbon there. I just love those bright colors. I keep going back and forth. Sometimes I like subtle, sometimes I like rich regal, sometimes I like the brights. I'm definitely, I go for the neutrals as well. All right, so this is a fun card where you just have your fold up here. Then you have another piece that's 4 1/4 by however big you want to make these. It's up to you. And then this kind of bridges over. So nice, kind of like nice little opening right there. So that uses the zinnias that were stamped and colored in as well. Looks like with blends. Right, and that was Karina Chin. I forgot these. This is Lily Cooksey. And this was Lisa Fulford again. Okay, I guess I swapped 2 cards with that. Okay. How cute. How cute is this? I didn't know if I should put this in the die cut pile or the embossing pile, but the embossing back here is definitely unique. And I'm forgetting right now which embossing folder that is. I do not have it, but it has the cross sections of the tree trunks there. And you have your bear, and this is an online exclusive as well. I believe you have your honey, your beehive up there and the bear. I just thought that was so adorable. And this is like little cave. A lot of work went into this one, a lot of die cutting. Okay, so thank you, Patty Chanel. All right, this one was just so sweet. Again, a simple look, right? The background embossing is from the 3D embossing basics folders that are online, and she just took a little bit of the yellow and went across it, and or with a blending brush perhaps, or maybe a sponge or whatever, and just highlighted those raised parts of the cross hatch there. And then so easy to, if you're cutting out these frames with your dies, this was the one that went inside, so you're using both parts. All right, it has the stitching around, and then this right on top. I mean, how cute for a baby card. Did you love it? Oh my gosh, very nice. And then this one, for the wild wheat lovers. Some people like it, some people don't. I just thought it was very unique. I love it with black. So using some designer paper in the background, and this is the time-worn type embossing folder, and tying in the twine and getting the flowers there. And this was from Stacy Sorge. So I love things that are really different. All right. I received this stamp set from an online event that I did. Again, it uses that crosshatch from the basics 3D folders, and it uses the plants. And this set is neat because you can stamp the image. They're reversible stamps. Okay, so you can stamp the outline of the image, but then you can flip it over and it will create the filler. So I thought that was really, I love the colors, right? With the gold foil in the background too. And I think these are champagne dots. I'm not sure. This is Melissa Thomas. That one is definitely a very beautiful card. I love that. The plants are raised up. This one is stamped right on the paper. This pot and these are raised up as well. And of course, no naked envelope, right? Put a little something on the envelope. Right, here's the daisies again with the painted texture background. And again, it's a beautiful card, but so nice and easy to make. You don't have to do tons of stamping. You don't even have to get the whole flower on there. You can just do pieces of it, have it coming in from the corner like Deborah Dotson did here. And this is a cute way to extend your labels. So this copper clay was die cut from the same label here, but then just spread apart. So if you were to see inside here, there would be a space, but it's just a way that you can frame your labels. Right? And then just to add a little shine, we have the rhinestones down there. Okay, the copper clay and the black look really nice together. All right, this really, really features the embossing folder, the layered florals. And again, how simple. I love the color combination of the pink and the black, and just a little, I'm so sorry, for whatever you want to send that person to. Okay, maybe it's a sympathy card. Maybe you hurt somebody's feelings. I don't know, but it's just so pretty. It just really stands on its own. Really nice. And that's from Alana Newton. And here's one I did not think to do, but emboss on the gold foil. Isn't that a clever idea? I, for some reason, just didn't think about that. I don't know why. It's a perfectly viable thing to do. But I saw a lot of cards with some diagonal elements to it. So I thought that was a neat idea from CJ Bohle, Bohle, or Bohle. I'm not sure how to pronounce that. I apologize. All right, so this one, again, one of my favorites, a vanilla card base. The um, embossing of this second layer here, but then the middle was die cut out and placed on top of this scalloped contours die cut here with the stitching. And that is retiring. I put that on my Facebook post the other day. I love this one. Goes with the contoured and color stamp set. So anyway, these were just so pretty. But look, just the vanilla and gold. How classy is that? Could be a wedding card. Okay, this one gold embossed the hello, and they have the tiny brass butterfly and just a loop of twine. If you don't like to tie bows, don't worry about it. Just make a loop. Okay. So I think that was just so pretty. And here's another one that uses the quadrifoil embossing folder. And I was looking at this, I was saying, oh, I hadn't taken it out of the clear envelope yet, but I took them all out to show you. I thought maybe this was heat embossed, but no, it was white cardstock, and she inked up the background part of the quadrifoil in the Moody Mauve and then mounted it on Moody Mauve. So it gives the impression of it being heat embossed, but it really shows off that pattern, doesn't it? I think it's so pretty on the boho blue and then the die cut flowers. And she even crinkled these up a bit to make, and the leaves especially, it helps if you kind of crinkle them and add a little fold, little dimension. They look so real. It's just so nice. I love those. And then those beautiful embellishments right in the middle there. Isn't that pretty? Yeah, lots of ideas. And we're, oh my gosh, I don't know, maybe halfway through. A lot of them. All right, this is one of my favorite techniques. I haven't done this in a long time, but one of my old videos does this floating element technique. If you're interested, you can look that up on YouTube, floating element, I think. Floating something. I forget what I named it. But this is, you put strips across your acetate, your window sheet, and then you die cut it out, and then you put your foam dots or your strips underneath where you can't see them, and then it looks like those strips are actually floating on top of the card. And this has beautiful embossing there, and then it's an easel card. So pretty. Wishing you everything wonderful. So this is popped up to help hold that straight up like that. Isn't that pretty? And that was Robbie Susan Chandler. And this one I didn't tell you is Lorraine. Last name is Salvo. Okay, I can't pronounce the other one. Inoue. I'm sorry. I'm used to people butchering my name. CICH is the toughest 4 letters. Okay. And so I talked about the latte love. Speaking of, I'm going to get a sip. Sip of coffee. Join me. All right. This just uses the designer paper. Has a shorter piece of designer paper. You cut it on a diagonal. And then just spread it out so there's a gap for your sentiment to go there. And I almost cased this card today, but maybe we'll do this another time. This one is from Sandra Hernandez. And I just thought that was neat. That uses those embellishments that I showed you, those little swirly embellishments in the 3 colors. And then one of the stamps is even this little coffee splatter. So no, I did not do that one. That one was already there. So that's fun. And then here's another one that they're die cuts, of course, that coordinate, and that uses that same paper, as you can see right there. And a coffee cup. This on top here is a separate piece so that you can make your coffee visible inside the cup. And you know how on the fancy coffee shops, they make little designs on the top of your coffee, right? And a little strip on the inside. That's from Pam Stern. And then this one, lots of fun, from Patty Mitsutani. And again, here's we are looking downward on the coffee. You're the best part of my day. And here's that ribbon I was telling you about. This is a bookbinding fold. So this is glued down here and it opens just on the 4x4 section and has your coffee splatters there. And then this one's on me. That's where you might put a gift card for your favorite coffee shop, right? So the person can get a coffee on you, all right, and as your treat. So that's cute from Patty Mitsutani. All right, and this one, I love the colors on here. I love the Lost Lagoon with the browns. Isn't that pretty? Has the embossing in the back, the coffee splatters, the rings from your coffee cup. These are sloppy coffee drinkers. And the twine, I just love those. I love the colors. And that is Darla Watson. Now, aren't these great? I just love them. All righty. We've just got these amount left, all right? These are cards that feature die cuts. Okay, now, so this looks like the perennial postage frame. Okay, that's a die there. And I believe, I can't remember everything, but I believe it's retiring, which I'm not too happy about because I thought that was a neat, nice big frame there. So this was a set with hearts and flowers that I did not get, but I love how she just did a little blending in the background and put her element there. One of my most viewed videos from over a year ago is how to make cards, very clean and simple looking cards, kind of like this, where just, I didn't even put a frame. Sometimes I just did one layer, or sometimes it was just a no layer card. A little bit of blending, put an element on there, a die cut element, or even stamp something over it. So if you're interested, go back and look at that one. And that is one of my top 3 videos that are still viewed today, which somebody just commented on it yesterday. Said, oh, I love this one. I love how you did this and that. And she just made a whole bunch of cards. So yeah, I just got that email. Actually, it might have been this morning, late last night or this morning, you know, who knows. But I just love the soft colors on that, right? Okay. The submarine set, you are sublime. Okay, so this is die cut. Turn it upside down. Looks like a blimp. Some people make it into a blimp. So that's really fun too. Put the periscope on and it's a submarine. I love these little things. My grandson loves the ocean animals. Oh, I'm not telling you who these are from. I'm so sorry. Christine Zeckers. Okay. And this one is Renee Bauket. Okay, or Boquet. All right. This one from my friend Heather. I met her in Las Vegas, and then we hung out again in Houston with my friend Deborah. They're all good friends. So this is that ice cream set. So pretty. You can die cut this extra layer to create the swirls, and I love those fun colors there. So that's Heather Guerrero, and bringing that pattern on the inside. Hope your day is sweet. So cute. This is heat embossed up here. So there's a lot of work on that one too. The embossing with that crosshatch, which I think is really clever because it's like the waffling on the cone, right? So that picks up that same kind of vibe, that same pattern. Okay, this is carousel horses. I don't have this set. So when I was swapping, I was trying to get cards with sets and die cuts that I didn't have so that I can see and I can show you. And, you know, if people says, oh, what's this one like? I can say, well, here's a card made with that. So lots of fun, the carousel horses. My grandmother loved carousel horses. And this one didn't have a name on it, so I can't acknowledge who did that. This is one of my favorite sets. Again, I think it's retiring, but this is a Z fold. Look at that, a lot of work on this one. And this was from Catherine Best Smith. All right, so your Z fold, it has the cane embossing. So again, she, on the fold herself, put her ink on the reverse, on the back side of the cane weave folder itself and ran her paper through so that the weaving part itself stands out. And then the deckled rectangles, 4 of them were die cut out. The cherries come from the bundle with the stamp set, and those are punched. It's a punch builder, cherry builder punch. So you get the cherry, the stem, and the leaf on the punch. So those had to be done all separately. And so just a lot of work on this one. My goodness, I don't know how many she made, but all right. So that's Catherine Smith. Okay, this one has the earth and elements. I don't know if I'm getting the right name. Sometimes I mix up the DSP with the stamp set, but it has these beautiful, they remind me of African pottery and or tropical leaves and stuff like that. So, muchas gracias. That one comes in Spanish, I guess. So you don't have to have your card front go all the way over to the edge. You can cut that little 1 inch off, put some designer paper there, and you have a different kind of a fold. So I think that's pretty. I love those colors there. Right, and no name on that one, so I'm sorry I can't recognize you on that. Here's another cute little fold using the label, the stitch. I'm forgetting what it's called. Elements, something elements. Does somebody know? I don't know. Oh, my brain is on overload, trying to remember the old stuff and the new stuff coming in. All right, so this one, I should put this one with the other balloon ones. All right, we'll get to it. Using this as a flap. So how cool is that? The die actually comes over under the inside here. Score it, and then it counts as, it works like a flap. So you have that inside piece featuring the designer paper. Again, just stamping the background balloons here and the sentiment and your little elements there to jazz it up a little bit. All right, let me skip to the other balloon, hot air balloon cards here. This one, again, it's not difficult to do, but how striking is that? Isn't that cool? All right. Right. Oh, I see Shauna had to leave. That's okay. She'll catch the replay, I hope. All right. So die cuts, a lot of die cuts on this. This one, you see the basket is 2 different die cuts. There's the dark brown over the crumb cake. You have your banner, you have your balloon, you have your cloud. This was the stitch shape was die cut. So that's, it has a nice, clean, simple look, but it was a little bit of work putting all that together, and it's raised up. You can take your die cuts or even just hand cut something and use it as a mask to create your clouds. So you can just lay it down on your card and take your blending brush and go over that, and then cover up the next section and go over that to create the layers of different colors. I love the colors she used there and how striking it is against the white. All right, and that was Tracy Bauer. All right, here's another one where it was from LC Designs. I don't see a full name there. There's natural layer of the blue between the lavender, and the DSP. So the balloon die cut out, the banner, and then the basket was actually stamped. So that's another option too. Hang in there. Notice some of the balloons are heart-shaped too. I think that's sweet. With beautiful pastel-y colors, nice and springy. And this one is fun. Again, you have this die that looks like the clouds, the balloons up there. And look how she tripled the baker's twine. Isn't that sweet? Oh, I'm off the camera. There you go. And made this with the gold foil. And that was kind of cool, in 3 different embellishments. And no name on that one, but it's so sweet. So sweet. All right. Again, we're featuring die cuts here. This is the magnolia. Look how beautiful that is. So the background is stamped with the pods back here. And then the top, this is one big die cut. Looks like she used blends to color in the leaves and then added color. Look, notice the darker colors more in the middle and then came out lighter and then just left it white. So I think that's really, really pretty. A little bit of shine, bling with the rhinestones. Okay, just a note to let you know you're loved. Okay. This one, again, from my friend Laura Roderick, who made the cow goodie bag here. This is a fun set. Okay, let's get ready for the beach, guys, all right? Lot of die cutting here as well. There's 2 layers of the is that the crumb cake? I'm not sure. She sponged a little bit on the edge, to get that definition between the layers of sand. Stamped some shells. The surfboard is die cut. The ball, the tree trunk, 2 dies of the palm leaves, 1 layered on 3, okay. The water and the lifeguard house. A lot of work on that one. All right, and of course, all colored in. And I love how she mimicked the color behind the ramp here. This is colored in with the same color as the water, and then this is colored in like the sand. Right? Isn't that cool? It looks like it's cut through, but she just colored the same color there. Very nice work. She has beautiful work. Okay. Right, moving on. Okay, I didn't take the plastic off this one because the tag was on the back. So this is Christina Brandt. And I just think this is so, so pretty with, the stencil-y looking background, the die cut flowers, and the 2 layers of the labels there. Okay, and that's in the new Bubble Bath pinks. So very soft and sweet. And again, the rhinestones. A lot more people using the rhinestones these days. This is from my new friend Patsy, and she we touch base following each other's Facebook pages, and then we started texting, and then we found out we're both going to Houston. So the very, very first day, we decided to meet up. We texted, where are you? Where are you? And we were both in the convention center, and we met up, gave each other a great big hug. I mean, that's what we all do. Okay. It's kind of like, oh, so nice to finally meet you in person. And like she says, it feels like we were friends for forever. Okay. And we will continue to be friends. All right. Because she's just so sweet. But I love this kind of a fold where, remember I said, when you had that other fold this way, you don't have to have it going all the way across. Well, holding the card landscape, you don't have to have it going all the way up either. So basically it's your 4 1/4 by 11, and then cut out this little piece here, and then it's just sort of like a 2/3 fold, right? You have your sentiment there. She put a little die cut here, which covered the rest of the saying. Just wanted to say, I love that we are friends. And so, Patsy, I agree. Same thing now. All right. And hopefully, as she's passing through my area, we'll get to meet up again next month. So lots of fun. You start making friends for life, and it's just wonderful. Just wonderful. Didn't think I needed more friends. You can never have enough friends. I've gone to, I've learned that a lot. All right, moving to Easter. And then this is the last one. I saved this because it's Easter. All right, so how sweet is this? Nice, cute little bunnies, the Easter egg shape. Again, I don't have this set, so I just thought it was lots of fun. But those bright blues and greens. And a little Easter bunny. And look inside. Isn't that so cute? All right, so, and that was from Stephanie Alton. And so that's it, folks. I'm going to quickly show you the card that I made as a swap. Actually, this was the second one. Then I'll show you the first one. All right, so we'll do it real quick. I know we're on an hour already. So I had made this card first. I was showing the technique where you drag your ink pad over the debossed side of your embossing folder. no, not the folder, the deboss side of your cardstock that's been embossed. Does that make sense? So I'm going to just grab this to kind of show you. This one is, again, from that Basics 3D folder pack where you get 3 in the pack. So you get the crosshatch, you get this one, and you get another kind of a floral or tile-y looking print. So the embossed side is the part that sticks up. The debossed side is where the designer pattern is sunken in. So you would drag your ink pad. I guess I can get one. All right, hold on. All right, I'll grab Melon Mambo because it's handy and it will show up. Let me get a piece of paper here. Okay. I'll keep this neat so you can see my project better. All right. So then you would just drag the actual ink pad right over the deboss side, and you just keep going over it until you get the coverage that you want. And look, so now it looks like you've got colored paper with the polka dots up. All right. And it's going to be nice, rich color, as opposed to putting the ink on the embossing folder itself. That's another way you can do it, like I showed you on that one with the quadrifoil tile. But this, you can keep going over and get nice, rich, dark color. Isn't that cool? Isn't that awesome? So I will finish that up later. I want to get to the card that I made. So I took the Zinnia embossing folder, kept my layer with the emboss side up. I took another piece that was the same size as the layer, and I inked up the back of it. This one was in Gorgeous Grape, and you can see that it looks like it's embossed. The pattern shows up in white. So then that I was able to cut into 4 pieces, mat it with a very thin piece of Gorgeous Grape, and then put it on my card with, I just cut up the sentiment. Okay, Sending Love was in 1 strip, so I just cut it in half, and because I didn't want it going all the way across, I wanted it to just be in this quadrant, this corner, and I put a white ribbon on. So for my swap, I didn't have enough of this big white ribbon, so I decided to use my Pretty Peacock ribbon with the gold, and I did it in Pretty Peacock. So those are the 2 versions kind of the same card, but this is the second card that I swapped, well, the second card that I made for the swap. So Pretty Peacock, and I just did a hello, angle cut it, make it nice and easy. Okay, so the card that I made first was a case from this card. So I said I was going to case a card that I got from my swap. I decided I'm going to case my own card. I'm going to show you the card that I made, and then I'll do some cases later. All right, because I already had the pieces here. This is another stamp set that's retiring. I am so sad to see this go. I use this one a lot. You have your thanks, happy, hello, birthday, friend, whatever. You can mix and match the script and the caps font. But you could do things like this. You can double stamp them, right? Happy birthday, different colors. Okay, those others are not part of that. But so anyway, for my card, I stamped that hello just in the top corner there. It's one of my favorite things to do. I use this, just the hello, because that could be for anything. And then using the zinnia paper, I wanted to cut out these flowers. Now there are some, I don't have the stamp set or dies, but there are some dies that cut out the flowers. But like I said, I didn't have those. I just had the designer series paper because I thought, wow, there's some great things here. I don't mind fussy cutting. But when I did it, after I did about 25 of them, I said, okay, that's kind of enough for now. I was getting bored with that. So that's why I made the other one. And nice to have people to have a choice. To be honest, the zinnia cards mostly went first. So I took the paper. This is the only swatch I have left because I cut up all the rest for my swaps. Well, that was part of my other reason why I didn't do too many more, because I didn't have any more of that paper. So first I cut it out. I fussy cut the designer paper, and then I was popped it up on dimensionals, I said, well, you know what? This is a little flimsy. It should be a little firmer. So I decided to mount it on white paper. So after I had fussy cut maybe about 8 of them, then I had to stick them on the white cardstock and cut them again. So then I said, all right, obviously I just want to cut once. So basically just cut loosely around, glue that down onto the paper, and then fussy cut once, both all together. And you do want to make sure that all the edges are going to be down. All right. Now, I purposely cut this one out as opposed to this one. This one, you have the whole flower. You know, they're all different flowers, the leaf, different amounts of leaves and whatnot. I purposely chose this one to show you how just because the leaves are going off the side doesn't mean you can't use it. Because I'm fussy cutting this right up to the edge of the printed image. I'm not leaving a border. So as I go around, and let me just start over here. This kind of fussy cutting is a little easier anyway, because when you are leaving a border, you want to try to leave the same amount of border all the way around. So you have to really be fussy about it. This, it doesn't matter if I cut into the flower a little bit, as long as I get that sort of that scallopy thing, and as long as I get all the white off, it's okay. Now, if this was all going right over the white layer, any little imperfections in the cutting or any white that was left over here wouldn't show against the white background, right? So you don't have to worry too much about that. But if it's going on something colored, that's going to be seen. It's going to look a little sloppy. So again, this was pretty easy because I didn't exactly have to follow the pattern. And look, it's still got the curves of the petals. Now this, I'm just going to shape it like the pointy leaves were. Right, there we go. And then do the same thing here. And now nobody knows the difference, right? I'll do the same thing on this. Let me curve it a little better here. This one can curve this way. And then I can curve it this way. And just kind of freeform cut it. And finally put it against here so you can see. All right, so just because it goes off the edge doesn't mean you can't tweak it and make it work for you. All right, so glue it on and fussy cut once. Trust me, it's a lot easier. So this is going to be my layer. This is a kind of a clean, simple looking card too. A white layer on the white card base. So I made this one a little smaller than what we often make our first layers. Our first layers are often 4 by 5 1/4. So I just made this an 1/8 less. So I made it 3 and 3. I mean, a quarter less. I made 3 3/4 by 5. So it's an 1/8 less all the way around because I wanted it to show up better as, you know, a separate layer. So now I'm going to build on here, and I showed on my as a little sneak peek or a little teaser, I should say, when I was making these cards. I was actually in Florida at the time, cutting out these and cutting out my strips. Once I got home, I was putting it all together. So I cut 1/2-inch strips, 4 of them, from the patterns of the designer paper. There were some fun, just geometric patterns. And then once I got home, I was trying to figure out an easy way to line these all up, remember which order I wanted to do them to make the process go quicker, because I was doing 25 of these cards. So I lined up, I made a guide where I want my card to line up here. So a little lining up here to that corner and to this corner. And then I drew, I highlighted with highlighters a blue where I wanted my purple to be, because I didn't have a purple highlighter. So blue is close to purple. And then the pink would be here. And these can be any length you want. I just varied them. They're all 1/2 inch wide. Okay, they're my leftover strips. I figured, okay, I have a lot of cards to make, I can use small amounts of all of these papers and get a lot of cards. And then these two were just very subtle lengths too. Now, I didn't want them just to crisscross like that. I wanted a weaving look. But this is the where's my other card? Oh, here we go. This is the card that I modeled it after. I had done this one years ago, where I had the black strips and I wove these ends together here and then just put some die cuts on here. So I said, all right, I'm going to use the zinnia paper and do the same card. So you can see the similarities there, right? So everything old is new again. Just take your old designs and use the new products and you can come up with some great ideas that way. So now this is, it's a little, you have to think about a little tricky how you do the weaving there. All right. So, oh, Ava, I see the scissors I use are scissors that Stampin' Up sells are called paper snips. And they are really, really nice, super fine tip and very sharp. And you have your sheath to cover it up also. So I have 2 or 3 pairs of them hanging around. They give a nice sharp cut and you can really move them around. They're nice size. You don't want a really big scissor when you're doing some intricate cuts. So thanks for asking there. All right. Oh, West Australia, Leslie. Hello. Hello. Okay. Sorry if I missed some people tuning in, but I've been busy showing my cards, looking down. So I apologize if I didn't catch you. Hello, Diane. Nice to see you there. Oh, you're welcome, Ava. All right. So this is the order that I did. I'm going to glue down the blue one first, but here's the trick. Don't put glue at the very bottom because we are going to have to tuck this bottom strip underneath. So I'm going to put glue down to about here. And I'm going to leave this flap until I put the other piece under and then I'll glue it down. So here's the trick. I'm going to put that. I'm going to leave about 1.5 inches down below. And I figured this way, it helps me make sure I get my strips straight. And I didn't have to think about it so much. I was doing this while I was watching TV. So I know they're straight because I'm lining up with my grid paper and I've marked the 1/2 inch sections where I want each of the colors. So again, I didn't have to remember or make any mistakes. All right. So when you're weaving, you usually go this way first, then this way, and then vertical, horizontal, right? So the next one to go down is going to be the green one. All right. I'm going to overlap that one a little bit here so that it's obvious that it's woven. Okay. I didn't want it to just hit the edge. Oops, hit the edge there. I wanted to overlap. So again, these lengths could be any length you want. Make them the same, make them different. It's up to you. Just use your 1/2 inch strips. Again, those guides help me get it straight. Right there. Oh, hello, Lee. Lee, nice to see you on. Okay, so remember, I've left this not glued here because I want this one to go under, but this is going to be the last one. So the next we want to do vertical again. So I'll glue that one totally down. So it's just a matter of the order of the strips until the last one, then you actually do a little weaving. Again, I'm making sure it's there. If I wanted to, let me bring this down just a little bit. Again, it doesn't have to be even. I'm bringing it down a little further here so I can crisscross this and still have some showing below. So I know there's more of a space up here and less down here, but I wanted it to look a little random. It's okay. So now this one's going to cross over that and under the purple. Okay. Then after I glue this down, then I can glue this last flap. So it took me a little thinking. I'm all about making the process easy. Sometimes I'll think more on the how rather than just doing it. It's like, all right, Stop, Lorraine, just do it. Okay. And then I just have to glue this flap down now. Okay, we'll glue that onto the front, and then we'll pop up the flower with dimensionals. How many cards do you make without dimensionals? I could probably count them on one hand. Most of my cards have some kind of dimension to them. This makes them more interesting, right? Okay. All right. Oh, hi, Lois. Sorry I missed you before. All righty. And looking at these flowers, there definitely is, if you have an eye for it, you'll definitely see there is a direction. This one is going this way. For some reason, I can just, looking like this, it's like it's leaning forward. I don't, it looks upside down to me. So I'm going to go this way. There's a little sharp corner here. I just feel I have to round off. All right, that's better. Sometimes we get very picky. Right? And now I'm putting this on, so I'm not covering up the actual weaving part because that's what I want to show, right? Otherwise, you could just overlap them. You don't have to weave them. So I wanted to offset that a little bit to show off the weave and also take up some of this white space here. Probably 3 is good. I had my grandchildren here yesterday, and we made Easter cards from the April paper pumpkin kit. So cute. I made 2 different cards, 3 of each, and a little treat, 3 little treat boxes, all the same pattern, but oh, they just had a grand time with that. And it was a big secret. They're going to be 6 and 3, so they're at the age where they like keeping secrets from mom and dad. Luckily, not bad secrets, but yeah, so it was fun. So they were writing out their cards, and they were just so cute. All right, so that pops up, and that was my swap. And people liked it, I think. And again, good way to use up those 1/2-inch strips, right? And get the most out of your designer paper, right? You can fussy cut. You can use the die cuts if they coordinate. Add your sentiment. You've got your clean looking card. And again, this one too. A lot of white space is means like a lot of empty space. So has that clean look to them. All right. So any questions, everybody? Hi, Lynn. Yeah, the weaving part, like I said, think it out, make it easy. Get a process that you can easily repeat, and you don't have to think it out each card you make. All right. You like that? Of course, Lois, you can do it. You are a seasoned card maker now. You are awesome. Okay. Oh, thank you, Ava. Thanks so much. If anybody has any questions, definitely reach out to me. I'll be showing a lot of things that are retiring, just in case it's something that you had your eye on. You will have dibs on that. So the last chance list is going out. I'm going to send it out in an email again today. I'm going to attach it to all of my newsletters going out until the end of the month, just so people remember, okay, in case you missed one of my emails. If you're not on my email list, go to stampwithlorraine.com, and here it is down below, stampwithlorraine.com, and you can request to get on my email list. There's on the side bar, there is a box to push, and you can get a free tutorial when you sign up that way. So if you're not already on my list, go there, and I'll keep you updated as to what's going on with Stampin' Up! And any of my online classes, and some tips and tricks here and there as well. Okay. If you do want to place an order, here is my host code until the end of the month. If your order is under 150, please use this host code. It helps me get some extra rewards that I can pass on to my customers and my team. And so that's for until the end of March. All right. So actually, we have like maybe another week or so on that. All right. So April will have a new host code, and if you're a demonstrator, you get to order things starting in April. The new catalog will start in May. If you're interested in being a demonstrator, go to my online store, stamp with lorrainesish.stampitup.net. You can place your orders there, and you can also find out about the about joining as well. Or give me a ring, give me a call. I'll be glad to help you out. All right. All right. Any other questions or comments? Oh, thank you, Colette. Nice to see you again today. Hey, a lot of you back twice in a week. That's crazy, right? So nice to see you guys. Reach out if you have any questions, okay? And happy Easter if you're celebrating. Happy spring if you're not celebrating Easter. And may you have many blessings throughout this season, okay? All right. Thanks, everybody. Bye-bye now.